So as you guys know, this season so far, some of you guys might know, I oh my goodness, how should I put this? Yes, I'm glad the NBA is back on NBC. I'm glad Jordan is making appearances, calling these guys out for their load management. It seems like ever since he did call people out for their load management, these guys are twice the load management now. It seems like we got this whole scandal surrounding Kawhi Leonard, or it's something I don't even feel like talking about because I feel like it's a done issue from the news that I've been hearing about it surrounding that. You got this gambling scandal with former coaches and former players and all sorts of stuff. And then once again, the load management is just out of control now. And you have the damn Lakers getting 40 free throws against the Utah Jazz. Why in the hell you need 43 free throws against the Utah Jazz, who probably won't do anything this season? A couple of weeks ago, they got maybe 46 free throws against the Sacramento Kings. Just like, come on now. And there's my Bucks. You have can't even say his name. You have Giannis out here, at least before the groin injury, low managing games. Now he's out for who knows how long, and some of that probably has something to do with low managing because the science says low managing makes these guys soft. The less they play, the soft they get. Kind of like how you weightlift without gloves, and after a while you get calluses on your palms. Yeah, that's how that works. Use gloves all the time, you won't build up in, I guess, calluses that makes your, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Maybe. But the Bucks lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. I did not watch the game. I just saw the box score and said whatever. And I guess they lost this game in overtime with Giannis. And I don't think Joel Embiid played, or even Paul George. Maybe they did. I don't know. Don't care. Both need to be out of the league because their time is over. And Embiid time, shoot. I feel like he ain't been in the league that long. It's already over. Now, Paul George is a different story. We know what happened to him 10, 11 years ago with the leg. But regardless, he's become podcast P and not a basketball player anymore. I'm hearing calls for Doc Rivers' job once again this season. Shoot. I'd rather have Matt LaFleur gone than Doc Rivers, but I guess it is what it is at this point. This team lost last night. I think it was like 124 to 114 in overtime. No Giannis, so I don't think they had Kevin Porter Jr. So the team has Ryan Rollins and Miles Garrett. Miles Turner, not Miles Garrett. I do recall 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago maybe, when the San Antonio Spurs were still championship contenders. By this time, 10, 15 years ago, Tim Duncan was starting to age out, of course. And Popovich wanted to preserve Duncan, also Ginobili and Tony Parker, and later on, I guess Kawhi. But he would just play the role players sometimes when those guys didn't play. And they would eke out a win. You know? You gotta win. I don't know, different team, but I guess the Bucks can't do that. So that tells you how much of a good coach Popovich is and has been. And I know people have said that he hasn't been able to do it lately. He doesn't have the talent to do it over the past couple of years up until Victor Wembanyama. I guess he did, but I guess the talent that he had, they just wasn't winning with that talent. So I know at one point in time he had DeMar DeRozan, but I forgot when DeMar DeRozan went to Chicago. But DeMar DeRozan's game, just as much as I like his game, it just some reason it doesn't transfer to wins. I don't know. But yeah, in the days of Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker, they won games when they didn't play, when they low managed. Bucks can't do it. Probably a talent issue, or maybe a talent issue when it comes to coaching. There's only so much protecting that some of us can do over Doc Rivers. I don't want to give these freaking Doc Rivers haters a benefit of doubt, but it's like, come on, my guy. Come on. You're getting out-coached by Nick Nurse, bum ass. We both have rings. Yeah, right. I don't trust anything that comes from Toronto at this point, especially when they got that one ring with Kawhi. So I don't even know anymore. Kawhi is not to be trusted, because you don't know what he was up to at this point. But I hear Ticket TV always saying, Bucks gonna win 60. Bucks gonna win 60. No, this team is not gonna win 60 games. They're just not. They'll be lucky to win 40 this year. Miles Turner is not what I thought he was gonna be. He can't rebound worth the damn lick. And it just seems like this team ain't it. You know? Ain't it. Sometimes it's frustrating watching this team. The game against the Indiana Pacers when Giannis hit that game winner, and the game against the Houston Rockets was two frustrating games I saw this season. It make me want to punch the damn TV. And all you can take so much frustration between what the Brewers did and what the Packers and Bucks have done. And all I can take so much. But yeah, Bucks, the way this is looking, they ain't gonna do anything this year. If you can't beat the scrubby teams, what makes you think you can beat the good teams? They should be blowing some of these scrub ass teams out. I don't think they have a blowout game since the first game against the Washington Wizards. Yes, clap it up. They was able to beat the Warriors without Giannis, with Steph Curry and Draymond and Jimmy Butler playing. But like the Packers, yes, he beat the Lions, and we all thought the Washington Redskins would be good this year until all the injuries happened. They just fell off the cliff. But what have you done for me lately? Starting to become very uninterested in this season very quickly. Once I lose interest like that, I'm pretty much done with it. I do that with everything. Once I lose a little insight of my life, let's just say, for example, once I lose interest in a woman, if they ain't giving out the same amount of energy, I tend to ghost the women. I don't got time for all that politics and all these games with women. So when I get uninterested, I just ghost them. And I don't know. I can't take too much frustration with the Bucks anymore. It becomes time-consuming and annoying and frustrating. At this point, I'd rather watch the Detroit Pistons play, a rival play, because that team looks interesting. There's less stress because they are the Pistons. They ain't my team. But anyways, at this point, I know they 8-8, 16 games down. But it is what it is at this point. It's whatever. They find a way to improve by the end of the season, then so be it. But And it ain't looking too great for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. It's just saying. But the injured, Giannis is injured. Well, still, it ain't looking too great.